Did you know there's a brand new way to master YouTube that most creators haven't even heard of yet? And it changes everything about how you grow. And in the next 10 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what it is and how to use it, starting with the one shift that can 10x your channel overnight. So grab your coffee and let's jump in. First off, let's get something straight here. If you're putting 3 to 4 hours into a video that gets under 200 views, while other people are blowing up posting random stuff, this is finally going to make sense to you. But not only that, I'm going to give you a real framework that you can actually use and start implementing into your YouTube channel today. So as you can see on my screen here, YouTube has changed. In 2020, search was about 30% of all traffic. Now, search is 5% and browse is 95% of traffic. So how does this work? This basically means that the majority of your traffic is coming in through the homepage, through browse. People aren't searching anymore and typing into their keyboards the problem and looking for the solution. They're looking just to see what pops up based on what the algorithm is recommending them. So needless to say, browse is what's winning right now. And this is what we really need to focus on. This also means that we have to be better than the pros. And there are a lot of professional looking YouTube channels out there, and YouTubers like Mr. Beast, of course, is one of the biggest. So with this being said, we need to be better than the pros. We need to utilize strategies that will help us to stand out. Competition is high right now, and there's a lot of people out there who know what they're doing. And even if they don't know what they're doing, they have teams of people that are working with them, and they know what's working and they know what's not. So this poses the question, how do you win on YouTube then? Because what I just said, it seems almost like there's no way of getting past that, right? If you're just starting off and you're trying to grow your business on YouTube, and you have all these other people with these teams and lots of capital to put into this, how are you going to succeed? Well, I have the solution. We need to be focusing on our titles, thumbnails, and hooks. Now, this doesn't mean just succeeding in one of these. This literally means that you have to have an amazing title that is optimized, thumbnails, and a hook, but they all have to tie into one another. It can't just be that you have a good title but an okay thumbnail, or your thumbnail is good but your hook is terrible. All three of these things have to connect, and we're going to get into that in just a couple minutes, but I just wanted to get this out of the way first, so this way you already have it in your mind and understand that how important this actually is. Other than that, you have to be original. If you're not original, you're never going to stand out. It's okay to copy to a certain extent, to pick things from different creators or different businesses that inspire you. But in reality, you're going to want to be original to stand out. So don't be afraid to be yourself. Yeah, just be who you are. The days of these polished YouTube channels are pretty much over. And this is what we're shifting into. We're shifting into more value-driven content now. So how does the algorithm actually work now? Their biggest priority is that they simply just want to keep people watching. But not only do they want to keep them watching, they want quality viewers, not just any views. Because if you have just any views, that doesn't mean that the retention was good, and that doesn't mean that they're going to watch the whole video. A lot of people just click on and click off. But YouTube is really cracking down on people watching the entire videos all the way through. And the best way that you can do this and get quality viewers is by actually providing value, helping people in some sort of way. And the reason you want these to be quality viewers is because if you're running a business behind YouTube, you want to have the highest quality of viewer instead of just any random person that's not even interested. Each video is a test. You have the upload, then the algorithm tests it. After that, it starts to collect data. Sorry for my terrible writing here. and then it returns and it all starts over again. So the best way that we can train the algorithm is through consistency. If we confuse the algorithm, we're basically going to have to start over every time because it's going to see a bunch of different results. It might see that you made one video about one certain subject and then another video about another subject, and nothing is going to align. And all you're doing is confusing the algorithm. If one video is about puppies and then the next video is about gardening, the algorithm's not going to know who to push that to. So the key takeaway here is do not confuse the algorithm. So that brings me into the main topic here, which is all about the battle on the homepage. You see, there is a constant battle going on the YouTube homepage because you are up against all these other competitors, and you need to make sure that number one, you have a thumbnail that will stop the scroll. It's not enough to just be clever or put some words in there, some thumbnail text that might make sense to the viewer. It's all about literally getting their attention in about 2 seconds. When they're scrolling through, there needs to be something about your thumbnail that stands out above all the rest. But not only that, you also need a title that triggers curiosity, because first they're going to look at your thumbnail, and if that catches them, the next thing they're going to need is a title that will provide a little bit of clarity that sort of gives them an idea of why they're going to click. And then third, you need to make sure that your hook confirms the promise. And this is literally the difference between 2020 and now, is that it used to be about just getting clicks. It was about making an amazing thumbnail and maybe a great title. The hook needs to confirm the promise. As soon as they click onto that video, you should either be repeating the title of the video or proving to them that they're in the right place. In some way, shape, or form, they have to know that they clicked on the right video and have that clarity. But not only that, to also know what they're going to get. So they have this reassurance, like they know they clicked on the right video and you have the solution to their problem. Then you're going to go through what seems like a very long period of time. I like to call it the experimentation period, because during this period, let me just put it this way. It's the period when you're going to want to give up. So don't give up. It's going to seem like nothing's working and you're going to jump from strategy to strategy. And this is why I find it so important to always invest in your education. When it comes to YouTube, marketing, sales, whatever it might be, always invest. There are many times where you're going to want to give up. There are many times where it's going to get tough and the competition is just going to try to crush you and you're not going to know where to turn. But having a solid system and a solid support team always works. And that's honestly how I got to where I am today. So some key points to remember during this phase is that you're not failing. You are doing good. It's just that YouTube is processing. YouTube is doing exactly what it's supposed to do to get the right audience for you. And honestly, most creators quit here. Like I just said, don't give up. And if you're really struggling right now, don't be afraid to reach out. You can click the link below if you want to learn how you can work with me and how I may possibly be able to help you in your journey. But like I said, don't quit. Another key point is to use that waiting period. Don't look at it as like you're failing. Look at it as, okay, I can learn, refine, and be even more consistent and learn how to target the right audience for my channel, which is exactly what I state in the solution. Is that you should be targeting your avatar in every video. This is the ideal client that you are serving. And every video that you make should have an answer to one of their problems. And you just simply have to provide value to that person. And if you're that type of person who's watching this today and receiving value, I would highly encourage you to subscribe and like this video so that other people can get help with the problems that they have. And then just always make sure to prioritize retention. Do whatever you have to do. And this is another thing that I help a lot of people with, is I show them ways to increase retention and how you can structure your videos in such a way that people will keep watching. And that's just it. YouTube wants people to keep watching longer, more than just getting clicks. And as you may or may not know, there's a lot of short form videos out there that get a lot of clicks, but the watch time is not that good. So the key points here are get a predictable audience to target, and that should be one person and one niche. Give them consistent value, the same promise and the same style every time, and then optimize for retention. Keep them watching longer than last time. You don't want to try to trick the system. There's a lot of tips and tricks and hacks out there, and I don't use any of that. I always teach by principle. All you have to do is align with what the algorithm is already doing. The key points for this is that we're playing a new game, and this game is about consistency, retention, and clarity. If you master those three, the algorithm is going to reward you. And like I mentioned before, if you need help with this and you would like to work with me one-on-one, click the link below and I would be more than happy to help you. And in the meantime, if you want to learn more and learn about personal branding and how that can help your channel, watch this video. Peace.